After 8 long years, they finally listened to me. Do you know how exciting this is? They finally listened to me. Anyway, I'm about to do the outro. Oh my goodness. Anyway, let me lock in. Yo, what up everybody? It's your boy Trent, aka Trent, and as you can clearly hear, I'm very excited. I know, overall, let me go ahead and talk about this course summary real quick. Let me give you a brief summary. Overall, it's a bit of a nothing burger, which is why I'm skipping the majority of it. I'm skipping the first half. The second half is where the good stuff is, where the important part is, where the part that needs to be addressed. And it's in the title. Well, it's vaguely in the title, but all the same, what needs to be heard, what needs to be talked about, at least for me, is going to be addressed by me. So when I say they finally listened to me, the second half, the first half, I'm thinking, oh damn, it was over already because they already gave us a code. But no, there's a second half to this. As you see, brother right here says, let's take a look. Let's do that. Producer of 3-on-3 freestyle. Okay, cool. Key plans and frequently requested system improvements. New content additions in our mid to long term direction. Come on. You guys know I've been campaigning for a campaign. I've been fighting for a story mode. I've been dreaming of an offline mode that actually is more than just you playing in the lobby court. Other than the last offline mode we got back in the day, the professor was the hottest character out. I wanted something more than that. I've already, like I said, I saw it already. I didn't record my live reaction. And there it is. I didn't record my live reaction because I thought it would be a nothing burger until I saw this. Single player content. Now that it's not a story mode, it's not a campaign mode, but single player content. This to me is the first step into getting that story mode. This is that first step. If this is good, if they make this good, there's enough leeway to push for more. If this is exactly what I think it's gonna be, and not exactly what I think it's gonna be, what I hope it's gonna be, then we can push for that story mode. They can tell that story between Faye and Little Fox and Nomad, and they can tell that story. They can tell us the time traveling story. They can tell us what's going on with these characters lore wise, both in the trailers and in the game. Outside of the episodes, they give us a little bit, but they don't give us everything. This single player content, this single player mode, if they make it a mode, could give us all the story, all the lore, all the world building that this game has the potential for. But I digress. Let's hear what this man has to say. So single player content, matchmaking balance, which I think that's going to be fire. Matchmaking balance is what this game needs more than anything. I know the bugs, the glitches, that's a no-brainer, and I don't think that was addressed here. I think they just chose some cookie cutter questions in the first half, and they didn't really, get to any questions that are probably mostly about the glitches and the bugs and when y'all gonna fix that. I really do hope that they do address these bugs and these glitches and all that stuff with these. The single player content is a very major update, and the matchmaking balance is also pretty major, so I'm hoping that they address it going into that. But I think if they're going to continue to ignore the bugs and the glitches, I think the matchmaking balance is probably the most important thing possible, because there's such a heavy imbalance of players who are just starting the game matching up with players who've been playing it. Let me rephrase that. Players who have been spending their entire life savings playing this game, and you'll have people getting absolutely annihilated in the in-between, because you're either matching up with people who spent more money than you, or matching up with people who just started to play the game. And it's like, unless you're running with friends, you're never guaranteed to have a balanced game when you should. And like, I know you have the low tier matchmaking and the high tier matchmaking. I think there needs to be a third tier, which I should call the pro, which you should call the pro leagues, the pro tier. Like, high tier is cool, pro tier is like, okay, so low tier is from level 1 to level 29, 30. I think it's to level 30. Once you hit 31, you can't go back to low tier matches anymore. I think a pro tier needs to be the cutoff. And they're saying it needs to have a cutoff the same way, you know, low tier does. So you get to high tier from level 31 to level 61. Pro tier 61 to 99, or 61 to 100. You cannot play in top tier match. You cannot play in pro tier matches at all. If you're low tier, if you're high tier, you cannot play in pro tier matches at all. So if your level, the lowest level you should be able to play against if you're playing in high tier matches are level 30 people. It does not matter if you are partied. The way I think they should do this, right? I know I'm yapping, just bear with me here. The way I think they should do this is, if you are level 31, you have a teammate who's also level 31, but you have a teammate who's level 90, guess what? That level 90 player can't play with you anymore. Or rather, you're playing with a level 90 player, you're going to the pro tiers, and you're getting absolutely dog walk. You are going to bring your player down. And instead of, and here's the thing, it's going to punish that pro tier player as well, because instead of lowering their behavioral stat, it's going to lower their access to pro tier. So you can get barred from playing pro tier matches if you play with players who aren't supposed to be there. So if you thought you could taxi your friends to the pro tiers because you think they're really good and you don't win, you're getting punished. You're taking a hit. You get 3 strikes. Yeah, you're out of pro tier for a little minute. Your behavioral meter doesn't go down, so you're not being penalized to the fullest extent, but you're still getting penalized. That behavior shouldn't be tolerated. Or here's an alternative way you can do it. If you're level 30, friends level 30, you have another third teammate is level 90, that level 90 player is getting severely nerfed. They're getting severely nerfed. They have to play the game without their P buffs, their ability cards, their pets. None of those effects are active anymore because you're playing in a match. You're playing in a tier you're not supposed to be in anymore. Let's continue. Let's see what this man has to say. Okay, I'm done yapping. Oh, the 2025 tournament. I'm not going to participate in that. I don't think I can. Okay, single player content. This is what we're here for. This right here is what we're here for. So let's see what it's got to say here. It says first we'd like to introduce is single player content. The content is designed for players who want to enjoy meaningful gameplay on their own, setting goals and progressing on their own way. Yes. based on 3D universe. Select the character, grant them through their choices on training sessions, and match outcomes to create a unique and personalized version of the character. The reason I'm so excited about this, especially right now, despite the fact that I've been campaigning for this for so long, is I had this exact conversation with somebody on TikTok, because I've been posting a lot of TikToks, and I've been posting those TikToks on YouTube Shorts. I had a conversation about this with somebody when I kind of first started posting on TikTok. It was the Mighty Soul video. I told them I think a single player or story mode, whatever, just, you know, something like this, it should be to help players cultivate their characters outside of just the PvP, because it's so toxic, in the sense of, now I don't want to say toxic. Toxic's not the right word. It's sweaty. I feel like that's the best. That's much better. That's much better for this context. It's so sweaty, and you're always constantly feeling like you're behind because you're not putting down money. I think the single player content, the single player mode, allowing you to build up these characters outside of PvP, so that you can go back into PvP feeling a lot better about yourself and not feeling like you're behind because you're not putting enough money down to get these characters leveled up. Having a mode where you can level up these characters free of, you know, a egregious grind, because some guy with $1 billion invested into this game is damn near hunting you down. And to see that it's kind of coming to fruition is crazy to me. But at the same time, I prayed for this, and it happened. I prayed for a time like this, to rhyme like this, and here it is. It's finally happening. Unlike PvP focused modes, this content emphasizes on fun personal goals and progression at your own pace. I'm telling you, if second half of this year, well, we are in the second half of this year. We're in the third quarter, gang. So I'm going to assume you mean you plan on dropping this sometime in the winter. Hold on, wait. I wasn't paying attention. Second half of this year, with plans to expand it further through seasonal missions and challenges. Great. So Halloween, springtime, and so Halloween, Thanksgiving, autumn, the autumn season, then the winter season, Christmas, New Year's, Valentine's Day, St. Patrick's Day. Well, that's more spring. St. Patrick's Day, spring, April Fool's Day, Easter, May. There's not really much in May, and then June, summertime. That the whole, yeah, okay, I can see that. Again, this was also something I was talking about with people on TikTok, that once the main sort of, like, again, this is not exactly what I would have wanted. I would have made the single player content more lore based, but someone did ask, well, once all the lore is done, what are we going to do? This is perfect. Having stuff for the seasons, having stuff just thrown in there for the mix. I went the route of every new character drops gives you character specific lore for that character. So if you have that character, you play that character, you're going to learn more about that character, and so on and so forth, you know, the whole 9 yards. But no, I think this is a great alternative, and it keeps the single player content healthy and keeping the players coming back. The matchmaking and balance, this is very important. I wasn't paying attention to this part because I was so hyped about the single player content. Let's see what they're going to do about matchmaking and balance. So it says, matchmaking and balance are areas that many players feel strongly about, of course, because it's very unbalanced. It's very weird. Common concern is that it's frustrating When you match with players who are much better or much worse than you, which is exactly what I was just talking about to address this, we're planning matchmaking with fair magic. It's going too fast. Like, let me go back. I'm sorry, I'm a slow reader. To address this, we're planning to improve the matchmaking. What's R set for here? To ensure more consistent and fair matchmaking experience in between players of similar skill. On the balance side, we're focusing on adjusting aspects such as overused skills. Just like they're looking to clip other characters' wings. So if you love Blair, she might slow down. If you like fingertip block with Jack or Janessa, that might slow down, gang. They might clip shoot and touch. You know what I'm saying? Power rebound, power block, blocking catch, dunk blocking catch. Yeah, you're cooked. Shadow Steel, cooked. Which may reduce the overall form of the game, but look to improve updating skills and improving performance for older and harder to use characters that aren't picked often. A lot of these characters just suffer from the fact that A, they don't make threes, B, the niche that they're good at is constantly being countered, or C, there's a character that does what they're trying to do much better and much easier. I believe creating an environment with more characters thriving and actual matches being directly tied to games more enjoyable. And we'll continue to treat this as a key priority. I hope so. So the 2025 tournament, I don't really care about this because again, I'm not going to participate, but for the sake of this part, for the sake of the second half of this video that I'm so hype about, let's hear what they got to say about the 2025 tournament. Because was there a tournament in 2024? I don't think there was. As a decided to share the news about tournament that many have been waiting for, the launch of the official 2025 tournament. Okay, but you guys have a 24/7 live stream showcasing just how bad the glitches are in this game. I think y'all need to fix that first before you hold this tournament, because it's just not going to be fair. Starting this fall, we'll shift to a system that selects top players from seasonal ranking standings with improved seeding proceedings or process with this new season-based structure. Okay, tournaments will be held more frequently going forward. Okay, cool. We aim to boost motivation for participating in seasonal rank, in the season rank, I'm sorry, and provide top ranked players with the stage to showcase their skills in high level tournaments. So that means that the players who are constantly in the top 10, top 20, top 60, top 100, they're going to be getting all the shine, where everybody else is just going to be picking the remains. We just got to watch from the sideline time. We're not good enough. We're also reviewing connected systems to ensure smooth tournaments. More details will be announced later this year. The year's almost up. Our long-term goal is to establish the tournament as recurring content that I know he's speaking and I'm speaking, please forgive me, deliver fresh and exciting competition. Yeah, I don't think that's gonna happen. Okay. Yeah, that's it. That is it. I just wanted to make this video real quick because this is monumental. At least for me it is, because I've been talking about something like this for 8 years. 7, but still. It's a long time I've been asking for something like this, and we finally have it. And to finally know we finally got something feels really good. I just hope and I pray that it's executed properly. So with that being said, I'm hopeful for the future. I'm hopeful for the single player content and the balance and the matchmaking balances that they're going to come up with. The character balance, not so much. I've already got a shovel. I've called the Reaper. Gonna bury a lot of these characters in the name of balancing. But the single player content does excite me. I hope it does drop soon, because that means I get to dissect it and let you guys know if we should be fighting for a story aspect to the single player content, or if it's good as is for a little minute. Try to get as much out of it as you can. Man, wow, I haven't felt this way in a long time about this game. But yeah, I'm feeling hopeful, feeling excited, and hopefully, like I said, hopefully this just goes the way it's supposed to go with no incidents. And it, at the very least, it's enough to make the players happy. You know, outside of the fact that they want the game, the bugs and things fixed. I get that, but this is outside of that. I hope this is something that we can look forward to. It's something that we can cherish, because they could rip it away from us like they did the job system. I hope they bring that back. But yeah. So next time they have this, I'm definitely gonna say something again, and hopefully I'm going to champion for that story. I'm not gonna stop. We got the single player content. Now we need to hard focus on that story aspect. So, man, speaking with us on the trend, aka Trent, man, I'm feeling good about this. I hope you guys are as well. I will see you guys next time. Peace.